resilient. Hopefully he'll be able to even get back out in the in the red and white uniform sometime during the playoffs. They mend quicker than we do, and hopefully that can occur. Captain's out at midfield right now. They just completed the coin toss. Corbin dressed out in their home red uniforms. Thank goodness for that. We can tell the numbers. And the
I see the car as being more.
Mayfield, 5A for Classic Southwestern. Of course, single A for Mayfield, but Mayfield not.
No, they're not. And, you get a little breath of fresh air here, hopefully, with Jackson tonight. Sounds like it should be a good night to get some young kids in there. But then you got a week off next week. And then, it's the important big game at Bell County. Fine football program without question. Matter of fact, their coaching staff here in the box tonight here scouting Corbin, and they're coached by and year in and year out, they're consistent, good, and it's all task for the Red go up there and try to win that game. But and then so they're playing a little better. They're 3-2. So you got them coming in, and then you got Knox Central. So still two very, very hard football games left on schedule for the Redhounds.
Yeah, that's even before the playoffs start. So obviously a lot of great football left. Now, pretty sparse crowd on hand tonight, as you might anticipate. The rain still drifting out there. It's a whole miserable night. And we've had a lot of great nights weather-wise. We had one pretty bad one. They had a long delay because of lightning and rain, torrential rain. But tonight is just kind of a miserable, cold night. So if you're at home, throw another log on the fire, get you a good cold Pepsi, and we'll try to bring this game back to you as accurately as we can, and maybe talk about a few other things as we get along with the Hounds and build up a little bit of a lead here. That's kind of what we anticipate and what we hope for. Back deep for Jackson County's number 10, Preston Young, and number 23, Jacob Bingham. Not sure who we have kicking off there, Coach, but it's not Cannonu, I don't believe.
It is.
It is Cannonu. Yep, I can tell by his shoes.
Yeah, the green socks or shoes or whatever they are. It's good to have him back.
Yeah, Cannonu's got it teed up on the 40. Corbin will kick it away. Steps into it. It is a low line drive kick. This one's going to bounce at about the 5-yard line into the end zone, and Jackson County will take over first down and 10 from their 20.
Well, Corbin on defense going out with tonight. We'll try to pick up who the sub is for him. Looks like it's going to be Christian Goslin in there starting in the secondary tonight. Gets his first start of the year. And basically everything else is about the same. You got Moore and Brock the Rovers. The two inside linebackers are Grant Gibson along with Dustin Sams.
Looks like they might have changed the quarterback on me, Coach, here. Trying to pick up his number. Working out of the shotgun, they snap it directly to Young. He's going to be hit and drop right at the line of scrimmage.
Got a little bit of a different look on defense tonight with Caleb Parker playing up like a linebacker tonight. Got Severe at one end over there. Also in the middle is big Josh Hampton along with Harley Lambert, Corbin's All-State candidate. And number 42, we haven't seen him a lot this year.
That's Braden Severe.
That's Marcus Keith, 42.
42, oh, I'm sorry. Is it? No, 42 is Braden Severe.
Well, it's...
He's playing down tonight, though, isn't he?
Actually, there's another number in there I've missed.
Okay, we've got a flag on the play before this one gets underway. As Young rolling to his right will be stopped, but this play will result in a penalty.
That is Severe, who has played there some this year.
But he's playing down, Coach. Yeah, yep. I've not really seen him with his hand on the ground that much, and he was in a 3-point stance there, going at it pretty good.
Last week a little bit. Of course, all year it's been Cameron McGuett at one corner. The other corner tonight, as we mentioned, is Christian Goslin, I guess, and then DJ Murphy's the free safety, and that should have them all.
The quarterback, I believe, is Bingham, working out of the shotgun. They snap it directly to Young at the tailback position. Kind of a double wing set there, Coach. They're smacking just two different guys back there, and he's hitting stacked up for a loss of about 2 on the play. He's going to bring up third down and about 11 here for Jackson County.
A little bit of a mismatch up there. Big Harley in on the stop along with Josh Hampton and also Braden Severe. 3 of the front 4. Caleb Parker, I thought, had another good game last week. Dave, our condolences to Shane Creekmore. His father passed this week, and Shane an integral part of the Corbin coaching staff.
Oh yeah, you certainly hate to hear that. Shane, one of the good guys, and his dad a good guy as well. The quarterback Bingham rolling to the right side is going to be hitting stacked up right at the 15-yard line.
Jacob Parton on the stop over there for the Redhounds.
So that will bring up 4th down and long for Jackson County. They're going to have to kick it away.
Summer's over, folks. It's wintertime, and it's without question.
And the fog is rolling in over here right now.
It really is. Jackson County fog right there.
I think one of the young ladies down in front of us has one of those vapor e-cigarettes because I've got it's the hint of grape in the air right now.
I can tell you this, it looks like a cloud. It looks like a mushroom cloud coming
Well, you know, I mean, that'd be good to have if somebody was getting after you. You could just
fog them.
You could fog it out and be out of the way. Burkhart's punt is on the way. Pretty good one. It's end-over-end kick. Going to drive more back to the 45. Starts up the left side. Runs into a pile of traffic and is hit and dropped. A nice open field tackle there by Jackson County's up back there.
Well, on the offense, we've got to continue to try to find our identity. Last 3 games have been worthy opponents, and we've struggled some offensively, but I felt like we got a little better rhythm last week. I guess at this point in the year, David, if you try to identify what our big threat is, we got a running quarterback, and I think that's our biggest threat right now is we've got a running quarterback. Drew Carter back healthy, and he'll be in there again tonight.
Yeah, Jewell and Carter, they're stacked in the eye behind the quarterback. Sizemore, who's going to move up under center here. Wideouts to both sides. And I'll take it back through Carter. Off right tackle's got some room. Gets hit at the line of scrimmage there. Breaks a tackle. Still on his feet. He's going to take it in for the touchdown. Ran through a tackle actually I said line of scrimmage is probably about 5 yards down the field. He takes it in from 61 yards out, and Corbin's on the board first.
Well, unfortunately, I think we're going to see a lot of that. Jackson County is just not a very competitive team right now, David. And, they're working, they're trying, but Corbin's it's going to be a very, very big mismatch here tonight as Corbin scores on the first play.
Yeah, Cananoo on to attempt the extra point. 9:26 to go in the first, 6-0 lead here for the Redhounds. Cananoo trying to add to that. And I apologize, I'm stumbling over some names here for Jackson County because I'm going to tell you the roster they gave me is not even close. There's one number that's correct. Extra point by Cananoo is on the way. Kind of chilly at that one a bit, but it's going to be good. Very high. Clears the upright, and Corbin on the board first. 7-0 lead for the Redhounds. 9:26 to go in the opening period of play. We'll hold on to it right here and talk a little bit about what the Redhounds have upcoming. Off week next week, Coach. A little bit of a bye week. How does that change the schedule? Will the kids get a few days off next week?
Well, it's fall break, and I'm not sure.
Well, not next week now.
It's not?
No, next week's not fall break.
Oh, okay.
The week after that would be. We're a week later than we normally are fall break.
Well, then we're not open next week if next week's not fall break.
I think we're open next weekend, aren't we? Did I look at it wrong?
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I was thinking next week was fall break.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. I think we managed to confuse one another. We'll get that straight here in a minute. I'm pretty sure that we're not. Well, next week's not going to be fall break. We've got one more week after that, but I do think we're open next weekend.
I mean, you made the schedule over there for the schools. You wouldn't know.
Yeah, but hey, listen, I do so much, Coach.
I got you. Yeah. Here we go.
Actually, my memory is terrible. Here's a low kick by Cananoo. It's going to be fielded and dropped. Fielded again. That's Burkhart with it. Starts up the left side, lowers his head, and runs through a couple tackles and manages to push his way out to the 25-yard line. That's, Preston Young, not Burkhart. And pretty good field position for Jackson County. First down and 10 at the 25.
Looks like Corbin comes back out with the same set on defense, same guys. Again, newcomer in there tonight, Christian Goslin, playing one of the corners. He's in for the injured Lucas Ellison. Also, Corbin going without Reedy again tonight, re-injured that knee. One of the Hennigers, I'm not sure which one, they're twins. That's why I say one of the Hennigers has a knee injury.
You almost said Twinigers, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
That would have been good. Young's going to take the handoff straight up the gut, hit, and stacked up a loss of a couple yards on the play. So 4 offensive plays from scrimmage here, and none of them have gained a positive yard yet. Well, they're going to give him a little bit of yardage on that one. I'll take it back as they will spot his forward progress up to about the 26-yard line, maybe.
Cody Evans not playing tonight too, Dave. He's been injured some. We do have Drew Carter back last week, and he's playing again tonight. We lost a kid early in the year we hadn't mentioned this year, and Devin Sams was a young kid. He's not even got the first snap this year, but I talked with Coach Duncombe just briefly. He said Corbin's pretty beat and banged up, as you would imagine, after the 3 games they played.
Quarterback now is Austin Markham, number 25. He's going to work out of the gun. They make the direct snap. Actually, this time is too young. They got 3 guys lined up back there in what looks like an old-fashioned T formation, and they're snapping to any one of the 3. So it's a little bit of a misdirection there. It doesn't take much to confuse me. But no gain up the middle, about a yard, I should say. We'll bring up 3rd down and 8. Jackson County with the football, about the Corbin 20, about the 25-yard line maybe. Markham, the quarterback, he is back there with Young in the shotgun. Takes a snap, looks to throw, sets up, fires long down the middle of the field, is up for grabs, and nearly picked off, and then 2 Corbin players run together at the 45-yard line, and it will fall harmlessly to the ground, and Jackson's going to have to kick it away.
That's pretty good defense by Murphy. He was the single free safety there. He got his distance back behind the receiver, and then Gosselin, who is getting his first start, came over to help on the play as well. New guy in to return punts. Looks like number 12, Chase Estep. First time we've seen him back there.
He'll be standing back at about his own 45-yard line, inching forward now. Markham is the quarterback. He's also the punter. Got off a pretty good one last time. Low snap, fields it, steps into it, and this is a good punt as well. Tight spiral. Estep's going to field it, dropped it, picks it up, starts up the left side, lowers his head, and is pile driven down at about the 44-yard line. And play had disaster written all over it from the get-go. The play was the kick was over his head and then kind of hit him in the shoulder pad. And about the time he picked it up, Jackson County with good coverage brings Estep to the turf. Corbin takes over 1st down and 10 at the 44.
Well, those are hard to catch when you're running back and you're looking straight up into that rain. That's pretty tall order.
I think that the kid kicked it much further than we thought, actually.
Yeah, because one before he didn't kick very well at all.
Sizemore going to work out of the shotgun. 3 wide receivers to the right side. Now they bring French in motion. They're going to give it to French on the jet sweep. Gets a block out front from Jewell. Turns the corner to 50. Breaks the tackle. Still on his feet. Will be chased out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. Gain of about, let's see, it looks like about 19, maybe 20 yards.
That's a great block by Tucker Jewell right there.
He stayed with it, didn't he?
He did. That's tough to do out in open field there, but that was a tremendous block by Tucker.
7:20 to go in the opening of the first quarter of play. 7-0 lead for the Redhounds. Only ran 2 offensive plays. 61-yard touchdown run by Drew Carter on the initial play, and then a 20-yard gain on that play by Jonah French. Jonah French had a nice game last week. Here's an odd setup here for the Hounds. They've got 3 linemen. They snap it directly to the quarterback, sets up a wide receiver screen, gets out to the right side to Estep, makes a guy miss. Stiff arm, still on his feet up the right sideline, reverses his field, spins free of a tackle or 2, then gets all the way down inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line. Good run that time by Estep.
It was. And what they do is they try to just get it out wide and let the athlete run. I think that's going to be on...
we've got a flag down at about the 35-yard line.
I think that's going to be on Jackson.
Looks like a personal foul on Jackson County. You're exactly right, Coach. So that will be tacked on to the end of the run. The ball's placed on about the 11-yard line, so probably half the distance. Now they're going to do you decline it? I would have thought that would have been added to the end of the run. Evidently not.
I would have too. It being a dead. Well, it wasn't a dead ball though.
Well, anyway, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Redhounds from the 11-yard line. And I guess, regardless, you have the right to decline the penalty no matter what. So Corbin chose not to take the penalty. Maybe they want to work from the 11. Who knows? But Sizemore's going to take it, leaves it off on the jet sweep to McGuett this time. He cuts his way up the field, turns back at the 5-yard line, may have gotten down to the 4. Pretty good run that time by McGuett. You could tell the field's getting it is a little sloppy. Burley McGuett planted to cut that time, lost his footing just a bit.
He's another one of those freshmen that we've seen on defense all year and getting a little bit of offense here tonight. I think Coach Haddix is searching, kind of looking for some kids that, can make some things happen, and this is the kind of game that you would do that in.
And I think he clearly wants to, if he can, keep folks healthy here tonight and not have to manage any more injuries than he has already had to this year.
Well, if you've noticed, Cameron Sizemore hadn't carried it yet, and he's the guy, boy, you're talking about a beating. He's took a beating in the last 3 games.
Yeah, he absolutely has. Sizemore still the quarterback. McGuett to his left in the backfield. Wideouts to both sides. High snap. This time Sizemore's going to keep it, lowers his head, and walks it into the end zone. Touchdown, Corbin. They do get him down, but not until he's crossed the goal line, and Corbin scores their second touchdown of the night. 5:48 to go in the opening period. 13-0 Hounds on top.
Yeah, I don't think that was intended to be a quarterback run. I think a high snap, and he missed the handoff.
Well, we've seen high snaps really be a little bit of an Achilles heel for Corbin thus far this year. It really throws the timing off, especially when they're running that jet sweep or faking that sweep. It tends to be a bit of a problem.
Well, if there's a kid that's earned, a week off, it's him, because he's took some shots.
Yes, he has. Canadu on to attempt the extra point, steps into it, kick on the way, looks good, and is. So Canadu stays perfect on the night. 14-0, Corbin on top, 5:48 to go. We'll break for a timeout, then be back to Campbell Field. Stay with us. You're listening to Redhound Football on T107.
We're the ones who live in the moment.
You know, that moment when you open a Pepsi and hear the music.
We're always up for a good time.
This isn't our first rodeo, or our last.
We're the ones who can't stop.
And never will.
The beat starts at Pepsi.com.
Pepsi. Live for now.
Welcome back to Campbell Field. 14-0, Corbin on top. We did not get a chance to get the Justin Haddix interview on prior to the game. That, of course, was going to be sponsored by our good friends out at Tri-County Sporting Goods, your place for all your embroidery, screen printing needs for businesses, church, organizations, and anything. They do all the screen printing, and they've got their own machine out there, and really quick turnaround and do a great job. So if you have any embroidery needs, go out and see Mike Haggard and Sharon out there, and they do a great job with all those things. Bingham makes the catch at the 20 on the kickoff, starts up the left side, hit and drop. We are going to play that interview at halftime, though, Coach, because we got Patrick McDowell down at the high school does a good job in tracking down Coach Haddix, so I feel like we need to get that on if we can. It's kind of a short interview, but we'll be sure to play that at halftime. But it is sponsored by our good friends out at Tri-County Sporting Goods.
Even though it's halftime, it'll still give you a good perspective on what he thought coming into the game, and the people need to hear that.
I agree. And we'll have our Froyo player of the game coming up after the game as well. Jackson County football, 1st and 10 from the 25. I'd like to have a little Froyo right now.
Yeah, be good.
Got a little taste for ice cream. For some reason, when it gets cold, I like ice cream. I don't know why that is. Here's a handoff straight up the gut. Ball's loose on the ground. A big pile up. A loss on the play. So a couple of yards. Jackson County's going to recover the football, but it's going to be 2nd down and about 11 now.
Jackson with only 26 players out on the team, Dave. That makes it difficult.
Yeah, we've seen a few mismatches like this through the years, and I have to tell you, I've got a lot of admiration for these kids that come out and play under these circumstances. I really do. And
well, it's kids that truly love the game of football, and my hat's off to them.
Want to be involved in something, school spirit, whatever their motivation is for being out here. They won a game this year. They beat Berea, and I think just started football back 3 or 4 years ago, maybe. Parker handoff up the middle to Young, and he's going to be hit and dropped at about the 25-yard line. May have gained a yard or two. Preston Young, the ball carrier.
Harley Lambert on the stop. We've said that many times this year. Harley, I'm sure, getting some looks from some colleges. I haven't heard the report on that, but I personally, I think he's an offensive guard at the college level. I do. I think he's 270 now. I think he can get to 300. He's 6'3 and a half. I understand. He's got a lot of flexibility. He's a good football player. I really think he's a major college football player somewhere. I don't know where, but like I say, he's 270 now with a pretty good frame, and they can get 30 pounds on you pretty quick.
Well, he's certainly a dominant high school player. Jackson County with it, flags down. delay of game. 4 minutes to go here in the opening period to play. 14-0, Corbin on top. Jackson will be backed up third and about 16 now for the Generals.
Jackson was not a big coaching staff either. I really don't see two guys kind of coaching over there.
Well, that's one for every 13 players. That's not a bad ratio.
You know, I know that they, when they first started football, they only played the JV schedule, and we'll go back to that in a second.
Here's a little quick pitch to Young. He's going to be hit and dropped right at the line of scrimmage. A little shuffle pass, actually. He dropped it, bounced right back up to him. He's going to be hit and dropped right at the line of scrimmage. Would like to say hello to old buddy Keith Hayes. I don't know if Keith is listening tonight. He's probably holed up over there in McKee somewhere, taking it easy with big blanket on and a cold Pepsi. But we'd like to say hi to Keith, the principal over there at Jackson County High School. One of the good guys in Kentucky athletics, and we really like Keith.
Good basketball coach in his own time.
Absolutely, good basketball coach. You're exactly right. Probably dealt Corbin one of the most disappointing losses that I can ever remember in the modern times, I guess you could say. Markham's punt is a good one. I'll tell you what, just kick it. McGuette's going to field it this time. Actually lets it bounce, and it takes a nice Jackson County bounce all the way up to, it looks like about the 40-yard line maybe. I'm not sure where it went out of bounds that over there, but that's a nice kick by that young man, and Corbin will take over first down and 10.
Well, Corbin comes back on the offense, 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. That's kind of what we expected. Back to what I was saying, when you first start football at schools, I understand they play a JV schedule. I would be a proponent of, if you can't be competitive, I think you need to stay at that level until you can. And I'm sure that there's arguments a lot of different ways for that. But, it creates just mismatches, and whereas they can continue to develop and be competitive down at that level.
Sizemore still the quarterback. He takes the snap, going to roll to his left, stays out of the pocket, dumps it off underneath, got his man past his caught, but it will be a short gainer, if any at all. Drew Carter makes the catch, and he is wrestled to the ground by number 25, good open field tackle, Austin Markham. You know, here's the thing, Burley. No matter what you're doing, whether it's athletics, your work, life in general, one of the most underrated dynamics, I believe, is momentum. If you can build some momentum and build some confidence, you can do a lot of things. And it's really hard to build a program, getting your brains beat in every week.
It is.
No matter what you're doing.
It is, and that's why I say that. It's not a dish on
Jackson
or anybody else, but because I can tell you this, I've seen them play basketball enough over there. They've got some athletes.
No doubt about it.
And they've had tremendous basketball teams. Now, I'm not sure where they are in baseball, but long story short, I really believe that you stay down there until you really fine-tune that level, and then you try to take that next step. And I'm sure that there was a point there where they said, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're ready to go now. But I think when you find out whether you can or not, I think you should be allowed to go back to that level.
No, I would agree. 15-yard penalty there. We missed that one. I didn't even see the flag come down, but it was a 15-yard penalty against Jackson County. Will move Corbin into general territory at the 45-yard line. Sizemore working out of the shotgun again. 7 yards deep. Takes it, looks to throw, sets up, fires across the middle. Got his man. E-step makes the catch and will be hit and wrestled down inside the 40 at about the 39-yard line. Gain of about 6.
Little slant there. Good-looking throw from Sizemore. Good catch by E-step.
You know, when Sizemore has time, Burley, he can step into his throw. He can put a little mustard on it, and he's very accurate.
He's got a live arm. He's going to have to learn. I think the biggest thing he's going to have to overcome right now is staying in there a little better. He's a big, strong kid, and he's going to have to stay in the pocket a little more. But he's a sophomore, and he's supposed to have a little bit of a learning curve. But he's played well for us. He really has.
Sizemore to throw again. Steps up, fires long down the left sideline. Got a man out there wide open. Catch is made by Moore. A.J. Moore walks it into the end zone. Touchdown. Corbin could not see the 85 over there, but that was him. And a beautiful throw again, but right on cue, Burley, from Sizemore.
3 possessions, 3 scores.
Minute 39 to go here in the opening period. Still 20-0. Corbin looking to get that clock running continuously here tonight. Cananu on to attempt the extra point. He drives it through the uprights, and Corbin extends their lead 21-0. Minute 39 to go here in the First quarter of play, we'll take a timeout, then be back. Stick around. You're listening to Redhound Football on T107.
Davis Salvage in Corbin has been servicing southeastern Kentucky for over 45 years with quality late model recycled auto parts. Business. If you've had problems finding the parts you need, there's a good chance Davis Salvage has it. Davis Salvage, located 4 miles south of Corbin on the Cumberland Falls Highway. Phone 528-3951 or toll free at 800-442-7876 and visit them on the web at davissalvageautoparts.com.
Hey Landon, have you heard about all the people Grammy has helped at Pennington Wellness, Chiropractic, and Massage? And when Grammy just met Alice, I felt great too. I love when our Grammy gives me a gentle chiropractic adjustment. I always feel so much better and my spine is in proper alignment. I like how our new office is in downtown Corbin. We can even walk down there and get fresh air and exercise. Come see our Grammy's office.
That's Pennington Wellness, Chiropractic, and Massage, 615 South Main Street in downtown Corbin.
Steps into it, puts the foot to it, high end over end kick will bounce into the end zone, hits it to 5, takes the Corbin bounce, and once again, Cananoo has recorded another touchback on the season. I don't know, that they even keep that statistic, Burley, whether or not we know who leads Corbin in touchbacks as far as kicking is concerned. Bill Crook I'm sure that some of the guys have been around for a while know that we've had kickers that could reach the end zone, but I've never seen one that reaches the end zone with as much consistency as Lucas Cananoo.
I go back to Gus Hauser, I guess, would be the last one that I remember, and there may be one in between.
He got it to the end zone pretty regular?
He could kick it pretty good, yeah.
Okay, I remember being very accurate on extra point things. I didn't remember him having that kind of length, but again, my memory's certainly not what it used to be. High snap taken by Young. He's going to be hit and dropped right at the line of scrimmage. And again, it's obviously an overstatement, but this is about as big a mismatch as I've seen in a long time.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
I don't know if they may have had Jackson may have had one or two plays where they picked up positive yardage.
Yeah, Corbin's going to score on every possession until they sub down. And again, we knew it'd be that way coming in. You look at there are some similarities when you can look at records and tail, and this was one of them.
Well, again, I've got a lot of admiration for these young men out here. They're playing hard, and they're getting after it, and certainly they're making a good representation for their school and their fans. But it's just it is a complete mismatch. Correct snap this time to Young. He's going to try to take it around the left side. He's going to be hit and dropped. May have gained a yard or two on that play, trying to string it out around the left end. Cord a pretty good job of getting to the football.
Dustin Sams over on the stop for the Redhounds.
Third down now and about 8 for Jackson County. Corbin off next week, and then the week following that, they'll be taking on Bell County.
Well, if you're a young kid on that sideline, you're starting to get a little bit excited here.
Yeah. The trouble is, there's so many more of them now than there used to be.
Oh, I know.
There's not as much garbage time to go around, is there?
Mm-mm. Oh, they're debating right now who's it going to be.
Yeah, who's next? That's going to bring to a close the first quarter of play as Jackson County will elect to let the clock run out here in the first. Corbin leads at 21-0 after 1. We'll break and then be back to Campbellfield. Stay with us. You're listening to Redhound Football on T107.
Remember when your folks told you to get off the couch, head outside, and get some fresh air? These days, that advice is more important than ever. That's why Honda builds the TRX 90X. It's an entry-level ATV that's beginner-friendly, yet offers enough sporty performance to anyone who wants to have fun. So head on down to Tri-County Cycle Sales, 3 miles north of Corbin on the Old London Highway, and check out a Honda TRX 90X today. Forget the couch. Let's ride.
Honda recommends the TRX 90X for riders 12 years or older. Riders younger than 16 must be supervised by an adult.
Don Franklin Ford Lincoln in London is proud to be the premier Lincoln dealership in southeastern Kentucky. When you enter the showroom, you'll know the commitment to customer service is second to none. If you need to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Lincoln, you've come to the right place. If visiting Don Franklin Ford doesn't fit into your busy schedule, then complete the contact form at donfranklinfordlondon.com, and a Lincoln specialist will be in touch. Call today at 888-461-0896.
Corbin on top 21-0 after 1 quarter play.
Well, we got some new shirts in the game. We're going to try to pick those up today for the fans back at home. Number 70, we haven't seen him in the game this year, is Kanan Petrie. Also, number 35 now in on the defensive line. That's Hunter Logan. Over here at one of the corners, number 33, and that's Cameron Gilbert. Number 52, one of the defensive linemen here on this set, is Frankie Boswell.
34 also in the game. I'm not.
I think that's Matthew Cornett, if my memory serves me. It is.
Justin Davis in there as well, I think.
Justin Davis has been a starter at times, but really a whole new unit, looks like, for the Redhounds.
Third down and 9 for Jackson County. Markham, the quarterback. They snap it directly to Young. Steps in front of the quarterback, gets around the right side. Pretty good gainer that time. Picked up 5, maybe 6 yards as he's hit and cut down out over the 25 to about the 27. Gain of about 6 that time. Best play of the night for Jackson County. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, though, on fourth down and about 4.
I'm not so sure I would.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't.
A lot of new shirts in the game. Got a new punt returner this week, too. We saw E-Step back there. Now we see Cameron McGuett.
Markham set to kick it away for Jackson County on a fourth down and about 4. Takes a snap, steps into it, gets away a pretty good one. High, tight spiral, going to be fielded by McGuett at or near the 50. Hit and wrestled down immediately. Flags come down from all over the place. I think probably they're going to get Jackson County for a face mask.
He hog-tied him.
Yeah, we used to play a lot of street football with a guy in South Corbin that tackled that way.
It hurt, too.
Yeah, it hurt. It was a clothesline. I would always pick that guy on my team because I didn't want him tackling me. He's a pretty fast guy too. He could run. He could run, and so he used to get a pretty good head of steam going. Looks like that's going to be. Yeah, I think it is. Not sure if it was a horse collar, if it was a. Well, actually, I'll take that back. They're going to pick the flag up, Coach. No penalty assessed.
Yeah.
And Corbin, I had to, but I think Corbin may have declined. Sizemore's going to work out of the shotgun. Big guy takes a snap, looks to throw, sets up, fires it off the wide receiver screen, gets it out to Caleb Mitchell, makes the catch, breaks a tackle or 2, then pulled down from behind at the 40-yard line, gain of about 8. Nice tackle there by big number 72, Jared Allen.
That was a good play by that kid because, I tell you, he's a lineman. He read the screen and did a good job getting off and getting in on the play.
Yeah, he was pretty good in the football uniform there. That kid certainly passes the look test there. Second down and about 8 after the completion to Mitchell. 10:45 to go in the opening half of play. 21-0. Hounds on top. High snap. Handoff this time is going to go to Jewel. Tucker Jewel into the secondary. He is off to the races. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. He's going to be pulled down from behind just short of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Good run that time by Jewel. First time we've seen him break free in a weekend or two. He's got some rough going against some of these bigger linemen and big linebackers. But that time he got in the secondary, and we see what he can do, Burley, when he gets in the open field.
He can. He finds it in there, and he's a north-south runner at some point. And, again, it's been tough sledding for him the last few weeks, but it's good to see him break out there.
Well, and not just him individually. Pretty much the Corbin running game, other than the quarterback, has really struggled the past few weeks against really good competition. Need to be sure and throw that qualifier in there. Sizemore takes it, rolling to his left, dumps it off in the end zone. Incomplete pass intended out there for E-Step. And that will bring up second down and goal from the 1.
That one just a little wide of him there.
Yeah, he was open. The E-Step just ran a little up and out. One time rolling the quarterback to his left side. Now, to me, when he rolls out, he's much more accurate rolling to his left than he is to his right, obviously, but in the pocket.
But, most left-handers aren't versatile like right-handers. Do you believe that most left-handers seem more one-dimensional than a right-handed guy?
I think left-handers.
Or is it just because it looks that way?
No, I think left-handers do appear to be a little more awkward going to the right than right-handers to their left. Sizemore sets up same play again. This time they get it to E-Step. He makes the catch, wrestle into the end zone. Touchdown, Corbin.
4 possessions, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, pretty quick work that time, and Sizemore adds to his stat line with the touchdown pass. 27-0, Corbin on top. 10:05 to go here in the opening period.
A lot of young kids getting in the game tonight. Canado's foot's going to be wore out.
Yeah, he's making up for not being around last week. I never did find out. I guess he was at a soccer game last week. But when he's not there, we miss him. Not that Jacob Moore didn't do a good job, because he did. But this kid is all-state caliber kicker. Kick on the way, right down the middle is Cananoo. pokes it through. He stays perfect on the night. 4 out of 4 for Lucas. 28-0 Corbin on top. We'll hang on to it right here. Remind everybody to stick around after the game. We'll have our frozen yogurt player of the game. Two really good in-game sponsors. Tri-County Sporting Goods, your place for all your embroidery needs, church organizations, businesses, whatever you need. At the holiday season right around the corner, Burley, and those are great gifts to get those nice sweatshirts and hats embroidered out there from Tri-County Sporting Goods. And hey, you could get some gift certificates out there from Froyo as well.
You can
put in your stocking.
All of our sponsors.
Hey, we're talking about Christmas now because we got a little bit of a cold streak here, but we only say that halfway in jest. We're getting pretty close. I mean, we're already October.
It feels like October. I mean, it feels like November, I should say.
That's the funny thing about football season. You begin the season, it's so hot you can't stand it. And then by the end of the season, it's so cold you can't stand it.
Well, we're going with a complete JV kickoff team here, it looks like now. So Coach Haddock's...
except for Cannon. It don't matter. They could put me and you out there because Cannon is going to kick it to the end zone.
Well, if he didn't, we'd be in trouble, though, would we?
It would no longer be a shutout. I can tell you that. It would no longer be a shutout. I just hang around the 50 there and wait on him. Cannone's kick is a long one. This one's going to make the end zone as well. One bounce into the end zone, and Jackson County will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20. 28-0, Corbin on top, 8:45 to go in the opening half of play. Now, we have this argument every year, and our buddy Shaky's not here tonight, so I don't know for sure if he's listening, but if so, he may text us in. Is it 40 or 42?
I'm going to ask Coach Mills. Coach, is it 40 or 42 on the running the clock? 35 now? 36 in the second half.
36 in the second half.
We got that confirmed.
Well, there you go.
We're one score away from that, but we got to get to the second half.
Okay, well, 8:15 to go. It's not going to be that much longer from this point. 28-0, Corbin on top. Hands off next week. They'll be taking on Bell County in 2 weeks up at Log Mountain. New turf up there at Bell County. Look forward to seeing that, Coach. I understand it's beautiful. Beautiful field. Certainly a big game on Corbin's schedule every year. Here's a direct snap to Parker. He's going to start around the right side. Markham, will be hit and drop for a loss of a couple on the play.
Good play over there, that's Jacob Moore. He's the only starter still left in the game.
70 also in there, Burley. Is that Canaan?
Canaan? Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce that. Canaan Petrie?
Yeah, Canaan Petrie. He made a good, he ran that one down from behind. Good play there by Petrie.
We're getting into the kids now that, for years I always saw the kids come up and being coaching and kind of involved a little bit down at the lower levels. A lot of these kids I don't know now. I used to know about all of them, but I bet there's only 2 kids out there that I know now. Prior to previous years, I kind of knew who they were.
Well, that happens when you get really old. It just does. 7:20 to go here in the opening half, 28-0. Corbin on top. Jackson County with the football. Long pass down the right side is up for grabs. Tipped around, knocked away, incomplete. Pretty good defensive play out there by, see that young man is getting up off the ground. He's just now getting up there, number 5.
Yes, Christian Gosselin.
Oh, yeah.
He got the start tonight. Christian, only a sophomore, I think.
If I'm not mistaken.
No, he's a freshman.
If I'm not mistaken, Christian played Little League Baseball for me. He left the Corbin school system, then came back. Really, really good athlete, if that's the same kid.
I do know him, and he's a very fine kid.
Great kid.
He's actually been to my house. So.
Is that the kid that played baseball for me? Do you remember when?
I don't.
I believe you. I believe it is. I'm thinking it's Gosselin is how you pronounce it, but he was a really good shortstop, and Mel Chandler and I
hope somebody gets a hold of him that can progress his
skills. Well, Mel Chandler and I coached him in Little League Baseball, and we didn't harm him. We didn't hurt him any, I don't think. But now if that's the same kid, he's a tremendous athlete. Here's a little inside reverse and some running room for Young. He breaks into the secondary. He's going to be hit and dropped all the way out to the 35-yard line. The first down of the night for Jackson County. Little trickeration there by the Generals.
They pulled everybody over here to the left and gave it back to him to the right, and we all came, I guess, like you're supposed to do with those pulling guards and tackles. You're supposed to get in their hip pocket, and that time he just reversed it around to the right side and was able to pick up a big first down.
Billy Preston Young, pretty good runner. He made a nice cut back there, stuck his foot in the ground and cut back against the grain and lowered his head, finished the run as well.
Well, you got to have kids out, Dave, to have a good team and a good program. I mean, Tom Duffy used to do it at Danville with 25 or 26. You know, he's one that comes to mind. But it's very tough in this day and time to do
That's
it.
all they can stand it. Back to passes. Markham fires it down the left sideline. Man falls down. Diving interception made by Corbin. That may have been Goslin.
It was.
Yeah.
He's off to a good start getting.
People are going to be a little disappointed because they feel like there's something special going on up there this year.
Exactly.
First down and 10 for the Generals. Parker's going to take it, lowers his head, and pushes the pile forward for 2, maybe 3 yards. You know, you're trying to find the wins for Kentucky on their schedule. If they beat the folks they're supposed to, and I think they've got Charlotte and Eastern both left, and that's going to give them, 5 wins if they win both those. So they're going to have to beat somebody else, another SEC team, either Vanderbilt or maybe knock off Louisville. But I'm telling you, and maybe I'm just being overly optimistic, I like the Thursday night game against Auburn at home. Here's a little inside reverse. Will be taken by Young. He's got some running room into the secondary, hit and cut down at about the 42-yard line. Good run that time by Young, and that will give Jackson County another fresh set of downs. And I guess I say that more than anything out of hope, but also seeing Auburn play a couple times this year. They've not been the Auburn of old.
Well, I remember one year big Cam Newton rolled into Commonwealth, and we about got him up there.
That's true.
Michael Morton also in the game now.
35 in there, Butler. Who's that young man?
That would be Hunter Logan.
Big kid on his defensive end here. Pitch out left side. Parker trying to get around the corner. He's going to make it. And then drug down from behind after a gain of 3 or 4.
Henniger again.
To about the 40-yard line. Henniger's got some speed, Butler.
Hey, he looks good.
Yeah, he does.
He looks like a nice player.
He's certainly playing with the reckless abandon. He is not tiptoeing around out there, that's for sure. 3:10 to go in the game now. Head coach for Jackson County is Clay Dalton. The Generals predominantly known as a basketball school, both girls and boys. Excellent programs in girls and boys basketball. Difficult to get things going in football, though. When you first start, handoff around the right side is Young again, I believe. Gain of about 2, maybe 3. Preston Young has had a lot of carries tonight. He's going to win the award for the dirtiest uniform. That's without question.
Well, I got to tell you this: Jackson's got a football player, number 72, good football player. He wasn't just good against JV; he was good against whatever we had out there.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we noticed him early. He's got I think at least 3 tackles for losses in this contest. 2:14 to go in the game. 36-0. Corbin on top. Pitch out left side to Parker. Again, he's going to be cut down just short of the 25.
Well,
Henniger again on the tackle.
Be nice to see Jackson score right here, to be real honest with you.
I don't think it would bother anybody in the stadium other than the 11 on the field right now for Corbin. That's the only ones that would be upset. I don't think Coach Haddix would mind, nor any of the Corbin fans. Minute 40 to go in the game. Clock continues to wind down. Inside reverse, they give it off to Young. He makes a couple guys miss at the line, and he'll be swarmed down inside the 25 to about the 24. Then we have a flag coming down, a little bit of altercation there between our man number 72, Allen, and one of the Corbin players there. They got tangled up on the block, and then a flag came down right on top of them. What you don't want to see happen here is inside the last couple of minutes of the game is tempers flare and somebody get kicked out of the contest.
Yeah, he's played too good of a game to, well, that's not good.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He's a better player than that. He needs to get that under control.
Yeah, Stemper's getting the best of him right now. The penalty will go against Jackson County, and that will move the Generals back. We'll stop the clock with 1:18 to go.
You know, when they had a chance to score there, it's probably going to, might do that chance in.
It could. It very well could. High snap fielded by Young. He works off the right side, breaks a couple tackles, and he'll be hit and knocked down at about the 28-yard line. Good run that time. I said Young. I think that might have been Burkhart. Jersey. Second down now and about 12 for Jackson County. 48 seconds to go in the game. Burkhart takes a snap, looks to throw, rolling to his right. Fires down the right sideline. Pass is going to be caught by Young. Still on his feet inside the 10, down to about the 8-yard line. That will be enough for a first down, and Jackson County is going to take a timeout with 27 seconds to go and try and punch one in here.
And I don't blame him.
No, I don't.
Today's best music. Yesterday's favorites. 107.3. WCTT FM. Corbin.
The varsity was in there very little tonight. I saw some good things out of some young kids. But it's, you know, a week of work next week because it's the open week next Friday. Well, he's wearing that helmet out, isn't he?
Yeah, he's slung it a couple times. Hey, you know, here's the thing, is that Corbin's got out of the game without any more injuries, which is something you're certainly glad to see.
Well, here's what's unfortunate when you have a kid that's with the conduct of that one right now. He's your best player. And what you'd like to do is take his stuff for a little while. But, you know, then you turn around and look, you don't have much left. But that's pretty poor conduct I'm seeing on the sideline here right now.
Yeah, he's an upset young man, that's for sure. Second down and, or excuse me, first down and go. Quarterback keeper around the right side. That's Young. Lowers his head. He'll be wrestled to the ground inside the 5 at about the 4-yard line. I think what he's upset about is that Jackson's about to score and he's not going to be part of it.
That might be
that may be the best punishment for him right now, is not to let him get in there. And I have to appreciate Coach Dalton for taking him out of the game. Down to 8 seconds, maybe the last play of the game, barring a defensive penalty or a score. Young starts around the right side. He's going to be hit and pulled down from behind. Does not look like he's going to get into the end zone. And that will bring to a close this football.